Hi everyone! Welcome to Hello Spoken English, speaking to you from Canada. I am your host, Anne. What's up? Today, we will do the speaking practice with a keyword in the movie. Today's keyword is on. In the movie, Alex said, how to get Joel on a diet. Okay, let's make expressions using it. Please look at the animation. You can see he working on something with a computer and all day. I will show it to you again. Please make the expression following the animation. He is working. Working where? On the computer. And how long? All day. Here, we need to change the main idea, he is working, into he has been working. So, the full sentence is, he's been working on the computer all day. How can we speak it like a native speaker? Working on. Working on. Computer all. Computer all. If you don't know why the sounds are changed like that, you need to watch the linking sounds rules in the basic lectures. If we speak it by pronunciation, he's been working on the computer all day. Please listen and repeat after me. He's been working on the computer all day. Speak it faster in a loud voice, please. He's been working on the computer all day. Do you keep repeating after me? Speaking once is much better than reading an expression 10 times. Follow Anne's speed. He's been working on the computer all day. It's time for automation. Woohoo! Please try to answer right away. Are you ready? Here we go. How long has he been working on the computer? The answer is, he's been working on the computer all day. The next question is, has he been working on a car all day? Awesome! No, he's been working on the computer all day. The last one is, has he been fixing the computer all day? No, he's been working on the computer all day. Let's practice how to make questions. I will tell you the answers. You need to listen carefully to which words I am stressing, and then you should make the correct question. The first one is, he has been working on the computer all day. Make the question right away, please. How long has he been working on the computer? And next, he has been working on the computer all day. The question is, who has been working on the computer all day? Let's move to the next expression. Please look at the animation. You can see I will and a man handing another man a phone and right away. Can you get it? Okay, let's make the expression using today's key word. I will what? Get him. Get him where? On the phone. And when? Right away. So the full sentence is, I'll get him on the phone right away. How can we speak it naturally? Get him on, not geta him on. Don't drop your tongue and move to him. Get him on. Right away. Right away. If we say it by pronunciation, I'll get him on the phone right away. Let's listen and repeat after me. I'll get him on the phone right away. Speak it in a loud voice. I'll get him on the phone right away. Follow Anne's speed. I'll get him on the phone right away. Time for automation. Just imagine that you and I are talking to each other in a real situation. This will help you improve your English. Who will you get on the phone right away? The answer is, I'll get him on the phone right away. And next, will you get him on the project right away? Answer it right away. No, I'll get him on the phone right away. The last question is, won't you get him on the phone right away? Yes, I'll get him on the phone right away. Next is the practice on how to make questions. The first one is, I will get him on the phone right away. The question is, good job! Who will you get on the phone right away? The next, I will get him on the phone right away. The question is, when will you get him on the phone? Let's move to the last expression. In the animation, you can see there are over 1 million, waiting list, and organ transplant. Okay, let's make the expression following the animation in order. There are who? Over 1 million people. Where? On the waiting list. For what? For organ transplants. So, the full sentence is, there are over 1 million people on the waiting list for organ transplants. How can we speak like a native speaker? There are over one. Over one. People on. Waiting. List for. For organ. If we say it by pronunciation, there are over 1 million people on the waiting list for organ transplants. Let's speak it together. There are over 1 million people on the waiting list for organ transplants. Please don't just look at the sentence. You need to repeat the expressions as many times as possible. Speak it loudly, please. There are over 1 million people on the waiting list for organ transplants. Follow Anne's speed. There are over 1 million people on the waiting list for organ transplants. Automation training again. The first question is, how many people are there on the waiting list for organ transplants? Answer it right away. The answer is, there are over 1 million people on the waiting list for organ transplants. The next one is, where are there over 1 million people for organ transplants? There are over 1 million people on the waiting list for organ transplants. The last question is, did over 1 million people donate their organs? The answer is no. There are over 1 million people on the waiting list for organ transplants. Okay, now I will tell you the answers, and you should tell me what the questions are. The first one is, there are over 1 million people on the waiting list for organ transplants. The answer is, how many people are on the waiting list for organ transplants? And next, there are over 1 million people on the waiting list for organ transplants. The question is, what are over 1 million people on the waiting list for? It's wrap-up time. I will ask 3 questions that we already practiced during the lecture. You can check whether you can speak the answers or questions automatically. He has been working on the computer all day. Who will you get on the phone right away? There are over 1 million people on the waiting list for organ transplants. Mouth training. Today, we selected the last expression. There are over 1 million people on the waiting list for organ transplants. I will show you the animation in different duration times. Your goal is to speak it in 4 seconds right after watching it. First, the slow version. Please say it. Time's up. There are over 1 million people on the waiting list for organ transplants. One more time. Speak it loudly, please. Time's up. There are over 1 million people on the waiting list for organ transplants. Did you speak it in 4 seconds without any errors? Next, the normal version. Speak it fast. Time's up. There are over 1 million people on the waiting list for organ transplants. Let's do it again. Fast! Time's up. There are over 1 million people on the waiting list for organ transplants. The last one, the fast version. Are you ready? Here we go. Speak it right away. Time's up. There are over 1 million people on the waiting list for organ transplants. Let's try one more time. Faster! Time's up. There are over 1 million people on the waiting list for organ transplants. You did a good job!